Hey guys, and welcome to another one of these FSX livestream premiere things. So basically, it's that time of the year again where I fly to Poland. And for those who haven't checked out these kind of videos before, basically every time I fly in the real world, what I do is I kind of like recreate these flights within the different flight simulators I have. So thanks to Twitch Premiere, yes, these are pre-recorded, but I can like start it at the exact moment my flight in the real world is starting. And so if you were to head over to Flight Radar 24 and search for the call sign FR2136, then yes, you could track my real world flights while also watching this live stream here. So look around, there's some traffic here at Stansted this evening, but for now, we are just in the process of setting up our own aircraft and getting ourselves ready to go. So everything has been set up, including that sim, active skies all set and whatnot, and this is my first full like proper flight since reinstalling my flight simulator to FSX and whatnot, so I expect a few minor issues here and there, like a bit of lagginess in the cockpit and whatnot, but the more we fly, the more that should improve, as flying to Poland generally means that the memory gets a bit easier the more I fly. It'll be the return flight that I'll be struggling with and may crash during approach or something, but that we'll figure out later. So first things first, let's set up the actual flight services. So I need to request refueling. Catering, not really, it's an evening flight. So request the fueling. And then also, whoops, no, on active sky, sorry. I wanted 12, not 11. Undock, redock, what's this all about? Close window, active sky, I want to then request boarding after fuel truck has arrived. So fuel truck's now on its way, he'll fill us up, and then we'll get ourselves ready to go. In my case, I now want to set up the aircraft ready to go, so manage light set, batteries all set, fuel pumps for the APU will turn on the, actually no, not while we're refueling, so I'll turn on the ground power for now, turn on the dome lights, there we go. And turn all that on afterwards. First things first, we'll be aligning the IRS, so we need to set those to nav, FMC, clear that, nav date's out of date. I don't have navigraphs, unfortunately that will forever be out of date. Right, let's give it a few seconds before I can input my position. There we go. So we're at Echo, Golf, Sierra, Sierra. Gates just don't ever seem to work for me, so we'll leave that for now. I think I'm something like 132. Although that won't be in database, so we'll leave that for now. Route, Stansted to Rzeszów, Echo, Papa, Romeo, Zulu. Fuel truck is here, so I go to menu, FS actions, fuel. We need 8,206. 8206. Plug that in. Aircraft will start refueling. Both tanks left and right are full, a little bit of fuel in the centre tank as well, but not much. Return, head back to init ref. 0 weight fuel weight. I should probably wait until we actually finish boarding passengers as well, since now I have then the correct numbers for that. Reserves, don't need reserves, right in there. Cost next 23. Cruising altitude will be 370. And winds today shall be 351. At 45 knots. Bit of a stronger, that'll be a crosswind for the flight, that should be alright. Execute that. N1 limits takeoff. Again, I want to be doing this though once we finish boarding the passengers. So, if I now quickly go to departure, runway 22 today, on the Charlie Lima November 8 Romeo. Is that flight plan not set yet? Hang on, have I missed a step? Probably, yeah, it's going to be the, right, we can always do 0 fuel weight afterwards, so ZFW set, that's all fine, takeoff, that we do later, legs, did I not input the flight plan, is that the problem? Have I really missed that out? I am sometimes an idiot. Right, path, nope, I want to set myself to position. Route, company route's not been set, sorry. Echo, Golf, Sierra, Sierra, Echo, Papa, Romeo, Zulu. Company route goes in, flight number FR, Foxtrot, Romeo, 2136. Plug that in. Now we can activate it, now we can set it. Yes, that's what I missed out on, sorry. departure, 22, Charlie Lima November. Plug it in. Perfect, so that's what I wanted. Much better. So if I go back to index and leave it on this page for now, so that once it does come to setting up the passengers, I can then go straight into it. Fuel wise, that shouldn't be too long till finishing now. In fact, he's just finished himself. So passengers will be the next step. Front exit is open. I will need to also open the cargo hatches for the cargo loading. That shouldn't take long. I also need to open a rear door for the rear air stairs. So if I head back to the menu, FS actions, doors, open the cargo, and just waiting on the rear stairs to connect. Yes, please remember to operate jetway. I've got the front stairs, that's fine, and the rear stairs are now attaching. So if I open the door, that shall do. And then FS passengers, start flight, boarding passengers now. So if I switch to desktop, so I can now see the screen properly. Set our passengers to flight to full. Cargo, we just need the 1,500, so we're never really going to load the entire aircraft in Ryanair, thanks to the costs. 80 quid for for under aircraft luggage. Ouch. Active sky flights. ACAR says this flight is duration unavailable. Duration unavailable. Cool. Gonna go for standard 2 hours 30 then. Although, shouldn't be that long. Retry EP. There we go, that's better. 2 hours 30. Set destination. Do a real-time load of 2 minutes. I'll close all myself. Start now. Show passengers, that's fine. Copilot will take care of the call-outs. At least he should do. Make sure the volume is set to something loud enough. Options, sounds, can be a bit quiet sometimes. So master volume to 10. Adjust the volume of Copilot, please. Warnings, GPWS, ground comms. Should be alright then. Right, init ref, that's fine. Passengers boarding, that shall take a couple of minutes. While they are boarding, since the fuel is now done, I could turn on the left 2 fuel tanks. Starts the APU. While that's turning on, I can now set up the cockpit ready for nighttime flying, since we are going to be flying without the dome light on. So main light on, background bit of lighting, not too much. FDS floodlight the same, a little bit of brightness on the backlighting here. I'll get to the lower one, please. There we go. A little bit on the middle one as well. Start one for the upper, yes it is. Perfect. Goes up. Left hand sides. We'll turn on a little bit for the flood lighting, and then the panel lights to go up. And on the overhead panel, it's the 2 ones in the centre, both of them go full. Perfect. Hydraulics now come on. Anti-icing sets. Electrical sets. Left fuel tanks don't need. APU comes on. Make sure the parking brake is actually set as well. Boarding almost complete. And FS actions, ground connections. Don't need ground power anymore. Now, something, for those who watched me ages ago on these flights, there is one thing I have never done correctly with Ryanair, and that I plan to fix today. Ryanair, turns out, actually has boarding music. So we're going to give the passengers a nice blast of that. I mean, in reality, passengers pleased by music +2. No, not really. But no, Ryanair, turns out, does have proper boarding music in the back. And it's not a bad tune, I'm not going to lie. It's something to listen to while I communicate with Tower. This'll be fun, this'll be fun. FMC, let's do that again. ZFW, 57.3. M1 limits takeoff using 10 degrees of flaps. Trim sets that. So everything we now need. So trim set to 535. Let's do that now. So that's now 5. There we go. Close the exits. We can do all exits now, to be fair, since we are finished with boarding. So close door, close door. There we go. Close forward, close aft. And air stair can also now come to a close. Back to init ref. Takeoff speed is 1.37. Plug that into there. Altitude is 370. And overheads 37 on the PAX. Aircraft is secured. That's all looking fine. I now need to tune to tower. No, it'll be approach. I think it's the one online. SX approach. Yes, that'll be 120.6. And put one. Whoops. Now go on to 0.6. Hang on, 1206. No, it's 1062. There we go. That's better. And put 1228 on the backup standby. Ready for Unicom later. Right. So here's the approach. Although I know that he will be taking care of some.
Sorry, 8442 descend flight level 80.
Of the flight, so wait for him to do his call back. Good evening, this is Ryanair 2136 requesting clearance to Rzeszów, assuming you are doing approach and ground.
Right, Ryanair 2136, you're cleared to your destination, calculate Romeo, Scorpio 2524.
2524. Cleared on the 8 Romeo, cleared to destination, squawking 2524 for Ryanair 2136. Squawking 2524.
That's correct.
TCAS test. Since I don't think there's any ground traffic now, so that's not going to bug us throughout the cruise. During taxi, sorry. Otherwise, everything looks quite good for us now. All fuel pumps come on, so we're about to start our pushback and engine starts. Anti-collision lights on, strobe lights on, logo lights set since it's night. APU is fine, tank lights not just yet. Everything looks ready to go. Landing lights come, dome lights come off. There we go, now in the dark cockpit, the 737.
Turn left heading 230 degrees, descend flight level 70.
And we shall now start our pushback. So he's only doing approach, so he'll give us takeoff clearance, but he won't be taking care of any of the ground services. So in my case, the music comes off. Thank you very much, Ryanair, ground music. And yeah, let's start our pushback and departure. So everything should be secure, lights all set, everything looks good. So it's control 12. Prepare for pushback. Nose to the right. No, we'll start engines during pushback, not before. Make sure they're set to takeoff, that's all fine. Flight directors set. And set. That looks good. And overhead looks good. Perfect. GS's got a new voice with the V2 update. So, yes, the V2 update does give you the animated passengers and whatnot, and working jet bridge and whatnot, but it's not something I own just yet. Although, it's something I will definitely look into if I can get it at a good price, maybe for a sale for it or something. I'll remove all that. So, now just waiting for the pushback to happen. And then we can start up our engines ready for departure. Your damper comes on as well. Perfect. So, expecting a rather good flight tonight. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's go on the left. Gear's been locked. Parking brake released. Clock timing down. Engines start. Engine 2 now. There we go. Good to know I haven't killed the aeroplane. Right, so I'll wait for the flow to hit 18. Engine 2 fuel flow starts. Engine 2's now come to life. It's just same for engine 1 once the start switch has ticked over.
Turn right heading 0703, Qatari 8442.
Cabin crew in the back now doing their bit, although it's a little bit quiet during the flight. I'll turn it up a bit. Yeah, it's like I said, this is my first proper full flight since the simulator reinstalls, so there are maybe one or two things that are a little bit off. For example, it might get a little bit laggy at times, but for the most part, I should be alright in terms of getting to aircrafts flying. I mean, flying to Poland, as you fly more, the sim should be a little lighter and the memories will relax a bit as well. But flying to the UK is generally where I'm a little bit more fearful, especially at night. That sim's about to crash because there's a lot more to render, including the lighting effects and just everything, basically. Yeah, you can just about hear the safety announcements in the background. To be fair, as a pilot, this is about as much as you'd hear, but for streaming purposes and whatnot, it's generally nice to have it just a little bit louder. So, pushback's almost complete. Parking brake, actually wait for him to stop me. There we go. You'll now disconnect the aircraft from the pushback tug. In my case, I can now lower the flaps down to 10. TCAS has been set. 2524, that's perfect. Bring power onto the engines. APU off. Packs come on. Aircraft is pressurized. All lights overhead are off. Nothing is required. That's fine. Yeah, everything's looking good. So we will now do a quick flight controls test, which is presuming that we actually have the info. No, we don't. Thank you, PMDG. Now show a quick manual flight systems check. I mean, as long as I've got full control of the aircraft, that's all that matters, really. And rudder. Looking good. So, I am now ready for takeoff. So, the aim is, we taxi to the runway. We'll get our takeoff clearance from the approach guy, because he's in charge of basically bringing the aircraft down. And then, as soon as we are ready to go, we'll be ready to leave him. 122.8 is on standby. Comms 2, 127.8. That's fine. We won't be using comms 2.
Easy, correction, Qatari 8442, turn left, heading 260.
Thank you very much. Have a good trip. So, taxi lights come on.
Turn left hand 260 and establish descend with the localizer, Qatari 8442.
And just to make sure that I know where I'm going, since I'm on this part of the airport. So it's straight ahead and it's the first left. Nothing too mental. Let's get onto this. Parking brake released. And throttle up.
121, good evening, Essex radar, landing 22, no delay. Squawk 7405.
I do love my 737s. There's a reason why these aircraft are my probably my all-time favourites. And that is just due to like how down to earth, how I guess manual it is for a full-on passenger jetliner. It's a very fun aircraft to fly. And if I ever had an opportunity to fly real aircraft, it would be one of these. Anyways, was now carrying on our taxi. So it's first left here.
Qatari 8442, descend to altitude 2,000 feet, further with the grade.
And it's the first left.
1000 and descend with the glide.
And then the first right. Yeah, apologies for the slight lagginess here. that shouldn't be any problem once we have departed. And from a high altitude as well, Sim should look fantastic thanks to the crisp bells back marbles and nice environment add-ons I have got installed into the simulator right now. Very nice scenery, very nice setup this. So coming up to the hold short point now. One more left. There we go. So once we are holding short, I'll then announce my intentions.
Ryanair 121, descend flight level 70. Ryanair 213, 60 quick, 01 clear takeoff and 220 degrees 6 knots.
Clear for takeoff, Ryanair 2136. Alright, gotta be nice and quick. Make sure the landing.
Make it quick, traffic on 4 miles.
Roger that, we'll do a rolling takeoff. So we've been asked to do a quick takeoff due to the traffic at 4 miles. Which means we get to do a proper Ryanair style rolling takeoff. Also means a slightly high speed taxi onto the runway. Everything looks good. Aircraft is set up. Spooling up the engines. Water brake is set. Throttle up. Hopefully that was quick enough for him.
Ryanair 121, turn right heading 045.
V1 rotates. V2. Positive climb, gear up.
Qatari A442, clear to land.
And there we go, Qatari has been cleared to land, meaning that we have done everything right in his eyes. Sets the flight automation. Lock the landing gear in place. Flaps up 1.
Ryanair 2136, climb now flight level 110.
110 for Ryanair 2136. Right, so we're now on the SID. Let's make sure my LNAV is set properly. We're now on the SID, and now leaving Stansted behind. Make sure my right monitor is set properly to what I need. And yeah, again, apologies for the quick lag at low altitude, but by the time we start climbing a bit, we should see some nice visuals of both the UK down below us, as well as some nice lighting from within the aircraft as well. And of course, so long that we are with the tower, fuel lights for the sensor tanks, which now come off. So long that we are with approach, they'll guide us out of Stansted nice and easily. That's it again. In fact, I will say, you guys are definitely getting much smoother video than I am right now in the cockpits. Looking at both screens in comparison. I mean, I'm not complaining, you see you guys get the high quality video, but it's quite interesting to actually notice the difference between the two. Otherwise, everything, in my eyes, has been set up as need be. That's up completely now, since we don't require them for takeoff. We have our clearance. We are now free to make our way towards Poland. In a couple of minutes, tower will then clear us onto Unicom, onto 28. Stretch the legs. Charlie in November, once we're outside of the... once we are out of the SID, we'll then be cleared to increase our altitude and carry on climbing. So that by the time we are at Charlie Lima November, we'll be outside of the 131, out of the climbing capacity he's given us. It's been a while since my last proper flights. You can probably guess that at this point. so my terminology will be a little bit off. But this month, by looks of things, very good for streaming. We get 4 flights, because I'm off to Poland now, and in 2 weeks off to Stockholm, which will be a very fun trip, I have to say. Went to Finland, now off to Sweden to do our second Nordic country.
Right now, 121 descend to altitude 3,000 feet, the QNH 1032.
Yeah, now that we have started climbing a bit more, yeah, actual world below us starting to look rather nice in a night environment. So let's see who's actually on. We've got a ground at Heathrow. We've got ATIS at Gatwick and what's that? Gatwick and Kilo Kilo. That is.
Right now, 121 turn right, heading 130 degrees.
Yeah, Gatwick. Luton. Okay, so we've got Gatwick and Luton ATIS, Heathrow Grounds, Gatwick Tower, Essex Approach, and Scotland Centre. So a little bit of coverage in the UK. Not completely covered, but there's one or two nice ones we've got here. Seatbelt sign already off. Sheesh, already at 5,000. It's a bit early flight attendance, but since it is automated, I guess, do what you want. So in a couple of minutes, we shall continue our climb. In fact, can I maybe increase our climb? Altitude constraints for the Delta 268 mic. Okay. So no, we can't increase our altitude due to constraints we've got in the area. So we'll be limited to 5,000 until we get to our next waypoint. So now passing the cloud layer, as you can see, clouds starting to form on my left and right hand slides. Bit of the ground still visible, but not too much of it. And for the most part, we are now free of any congestion. Climbing will start in a moment. There we go.
Okay, right now, 121, that was a right turn heading 130 degrees. So why you're out there, I don't know. So it's decompletion service. Turn right heading 180 degrees.
Has a Ryanair got lost in the airspace? Somebody's responding, but his microphone is way too low to hear.
AFIRM 180.
Gosh, hang on, let's quickly tune into Active Sky's map. Oh lord, he's really gone and lost himself. Hang on, let me put him on the screen quickly. Right, so there I am, departing quite nicely, no problem. He's landing at Stansted, but he's gone off on some random...
Station whose radar is now closing, Unicorn 122.8, bye-bye.
Ah, he's disconnected. Couldn't be bothered to deal with this guy anymore, so he disconnected. But, man, where is he going? I do not know. Anyways, I now need to tune into 128. And we shall now be in Unicomp for the rest of the flight. That needs to be set to standard as well now, since we are way past the transition altitude. We should just pass it now. There we go. And soon past 10,000 feet, I can then turn off the landing lights. Landing lights off. and being above 10,000 feet, I'm now free to communicate basically however I want. So, Poland this year, a little later than actually usual. Basically, normally I go in the summer during the holidays in June, July, but basically I decided to instead go to Finland this year, and the results of that being, I then went to Poland now in October, November. So, like I said, a lot later than usual, but it's just going to be quite a good trip. While I'm out there, I do hope to try and take a ride on the Autosan bus. The one that, for those who have watched my channel for a long time, will know it's the old PKS OMC2 amazing. Again, only those who've been on my channel for about 2 years now will know the backstory behind that one. But sadly, where I stay in Poland, they're basically retiring more now, so something that I will need to try and ride, possibly for the last time. So there's one that does go through my village. Only one more. It used to be every single bus, now they're all being replaced by a different company using transit van bus things. So I've got one more out of the village, and that's the one I hope to take. So everything on my end is now all set, flight's alright. In fact, yeah, it's lagging less now. Not 100% there yet, but it's enough to actually get a decent flight in. Also enjoy the night scene down below. Oh, that's actually the coast. We're now leaving the UK. Okay. Yeah, there'll be a coastal road by that. So, now leaving the UK. And we shall soon be over continental Europe. We'll be spending the majority of the flight. As always, flight plan, if I show it to you on Active Sky in its entirety. Switch to desktop view, there we go. He's still a bit lost by the looks of things. Ryanair 121. He'll find his way, But yeah, as always, my flight plan takes me over the channel, north of the Netherlands, across Germany, into Poland, and then fairly standard approach in. Fewer mentions of turbulence across the channel, so someone's been firing reports throughout the entire flight. And there will be some aircraft nearby us as well. Apparently there's one to our right. See if I can try and spot him. Also, if I made traffic visible on the systems here, that would probably be quite helpful. I don't know what the traffic button was. There it is. Zoom out. Top of climb. No view of him on the FD just yet. Should we turn on the weather radar just in case we get a storm or something ahead of us? I want to know about it. If we switch to co-pilot side, we try and keep an eye open for the passing traffic. That'd be handy. He is at altitude. He's past us now, but he's at altitude 221. So actually, he's quite level to us. Yeah, he's not somewhere behind, so that's not a problem anymore. All right, back to co-pilot captain seats. We may now enjoy the rest of the flights. Off my desktop lamp quickly. Should be nice and relaxing. Like that. I'm not exactly planning to do much today. I mean, well, I'm flying on the 28th. So today you're watching the stream right now is on the 28th. In this case, it's the 20th recording, so it's about 8 days beforehand. And of course, flying FSX as mainly. Again, it depends where in the world I'm flying and in what aircraft. If I'm flying an Airbus, then that's most likely just going to be Spain 11 exclusively, since I don't really have any for in the simulator. if I'm flying the 737, it depends on the destination. So in this case, I'm flying FSX because I've got the Polish Airports GTX design package, and as well as the UK 2000 freeware. But with X-Plane, I don't have any of that stuff. But when it comes to Stockholm, since I don't have any scenery for Stockholm Arlanda or for FSX, I'm going to see what freewares there are out there for X-Plane and just give me a bit of a thought on that. Like, let's see if I can get a nice Stansted scenery for X-Plane for free. I know there's that UK 2000 freemium one, but that had the massive big boxes floating over the airports, so we're not going to go for that one. Actually, no, I believe they removed it, because what would happen is people would remove the boxes using scenery editor, or whatever it's called, and basically just delete them, so give them the full payware treatment without paying a penny, which is a bit cheeky of them, and as a result, UK2000 had to pull the freeware versions of his sceneries, which is a bit of a shame, but I guess that's what they deserve, really, if that's what they're going to do, because that guy at the end of the day, he is one guy developing all the sceneries, and as a result, does probably need like the extra support. It's like FS Passengers, 10 years, and it's really not getting too much out of it. Of course, as a Chelsea fan, watching the game as well, through the screen as well. Sky Sports. Chelsea playing United right now, so should be quite fun. A bit of a fun fact, actually, yeah. Since leaving Chelsea, Mourinho's not won at Stamford Bridge yet. We are still the reigning team on attack, actually, right now. Too many defenders are in the box, could get a bit clustered. Yeah, they've cleared it. Oh well, let's carry on then, shall we? So time is now 6:38, passing through 272. Top of climb, just in a couple of minutes now. We shall be at cruise. One aircraft in the area is Cessna Citation 2. It's a bit different to what I'd normally expect in Europe, but that is fine. Aircraft, just the aircraft internal and external cameras. So yeah, like I said, things that I may do in Poland while I'm out there. First thing I mentioned is right the Altasan. I mean, what else is there already to do? Oh yes! Ah, Rudiger scored. That's his second goal for Chelsea now, actually, yes. Perfect. From a corner as well, loving that. And of course go celebrate with the fans. Yeah, so, come on. Well, I'm too chuffed now. Yeah, so take a bus and kind of relax, really. I mean, I've got no other real videos out there planned, because in a way, we're just in the middle of a field. Not too much to look at, not too much to do. It literally is just a field. No more, no less. So, I'll see if there's anything out there that I can actually do interesting, like video-wise, other than taking a bus. But, yeah, it's a little bit more limited. I might do maybe like a small vlog on my week out. I'm going from Sunday to Sunday, so it's a whole week. But it's Stockholm. That'll be the more interesting trip. And out there, I'll almost definitely be taking some of like the metro and whatnot, just like try out some public transport, because that's what this channel is basically based on. While I'm out there as well, I guess try out their foods. Can't beat Stockholm. Swedish meatballs, yes, of course. Swedish meatballs you have to eat. I mean, the equivalent in Poland would probably be either chicken soup or pierogi, which is like a traditional dumpling. Eat it with yogurts, basically. You can have like potato versions, you have like meat variants, you can even have like dessert variants as well. Have it sweet with blueberries and whatnot filled inside. But yeah, it's generally quite nice. Right, so top of cruise is now in about 40 nautical miles. We shall start levelling off for the rest of the flights. Systems wise, we're all fine, nothing out of the ordinary, all looking good. From the outside, we're a 737 still, we have both wings, we have a tail, and we still have two engines. You can actually see is that the moon, just peeking off in the horizon over there, just in front of the aircraft. I think that is. It's going to be quite a dark night, to be fair. Any real lighting coming from the ground once you're over some form of land. Make sure the smart cards are still recording my flights. Yes, it is. So we did go a little fast at low altitude at some points, nothing too major. Flights, we are fine. Yeah, that's completely fine. I'm not complaining. OBS running, we've got Active Sky running. Put it on the other screen actually, so I can see properly what's going on. Oh boy, here we go again. My sim's just gonna minimise. And it's because it's FSX, it would be impossible to bring it back up again. I hate it when it does that. I did not know that dual monitor will actually affects that. There we go, that works. Basically, if you ever have your FSX accidentally minimise it, make sure you're still recording the video. Yes, it is. 41 minutes. That's perfect. Yeah, if you ever accidentally minimise your simulator, what you can do is just Alt-Enter, make it full screen, and then Alt-Enter again, make it windowed mode. And that generally brings it back to life. So, yeah, small disaster averted, basically. I got a Trans-Zero A737 to our right, 700 actually. A small one, that. So he'll be on our right-hand side. Turn on traffic for the co-pilot, so I can actually just double-check the stuff what I got. So that goes to that. Set weather on for him as well. In fact, I might actually give him some backlighting just to make my life a bit easier. And let's come to spotting traffic on this side. Where is the console? There it is. Right, so 737-700, somewhere to our right. He's at flight level 140, so actually, well, yeah, he's way below us. That's not going to be an issue for us. Probably won't see him with the cloud cover as well. Also, from the co-pilot side, got a real idea of what the stars look like. Because again, this is using the Starscapes, I believe it's called, by I keep forgetting his name, by Chris Bell. Chris Bell Designs. Yeah, his night environment add-ons really are amazing. They look great, they feel great, because this is like the real star sky. The default FSX just use like a random star map, but no, this is kind of like more realistic, more what you'd expect to see at high altitude. In fact, the moon's even starting to appear from the ground as well, since we are climbing. It's always nice to see. The moon even has its own little lights on there. I discovered the alien base on the moon. In fact, if I can just zoom in a little bit more, please. Switch to desktop so you guys see my mouse. No, come on, there we go. There's two little red dots just there. Don't know if you can see that or not. It's on your screen. There's two little red dots there as the clouds start to form over the moon. Have I discovered an alien base? If I submit that to the sun, I'll probably get a new particle out of it or two. Yeah, got some more traffic in the area now. Trans-Zero and a second Trans-Zero. This one is 738. Although, yeah, he's heading northward. He's over the Netherlands right now, the other one, so he shouldn't be an issue. Altitude 097. He's landing at Amsterdam. Okay, that's fine then. Right, so we're now at 370. We are now approaching cruising altitude. Engines will start to throttle back, and we just cruise now for the rest of the flight. Yeah, we are going to be in one Heathrow aircraft there on the comms, but we will be in the Netherlands, in Stockholm, not Stockholm, sorry, Netherlands, For crying out loud, why do I keep forgetting this? I just said it. No comments, Drawyah, no comments. Yeah, so we're going to be at Amsterdam, traffic for a little while, as aircraft coming to land at Schiphol. And we had to view those. Schiphol's always a busy airspace within the VATSIM scene. To be fair, I was quite lucky that the one time I flew there, which was my very first FSX VATSIM stream, it was a case where it just wasn't too busy for once. But yeah, since flying in VATSIM and actually getting a hang of it, it can be fun. It can be fun. Initially, it was a like a bit of a scare, really, getting used to the environment and whatnot compared to default FSX chat. But nah, now that you're in the flow of things, it's alright. It's alright. I do like it. It's nice to fly with real people as well, especially not just random bots or speaking to a robot during the entire time. It's nice to get a proper communication in. So let's continue our flight for now. Right hand turn. It will essentially be right hand turns now for the entirety of the flight until we reach Rzeszów, or at least when we get to the waypoint. Forget that off my screen. Waypoint Luxor, where we make a left, which essentially brings us onto the approach into the airport. Now we should soon be over land. Actually, we might even see the coastal roads of the Netherlands just in the horizon. No, we can't. Some moon story is rising. Nice bit of a moon reflection actually on the water there below. FSX can be a beautiful sim. Unfortunately, at this point, I can now say it's nowhere near as nice as X-Plane, thanks to the time I've had in that. So yeah, you can see the coastal road coming up now. Yeah, nowhere near as nice as X-Plane anymore, but it still has its moments. FSX, it still does. That's why I'm more than happy to fly the simulator for a little while to come. Yeah, some things never change. Some things never change. Grab a screen grab of that. Thank you. Stick that over here. Paste it over here. There we go. Yeah, Netherlands coming. You actually see the moonlight's reflections on the bit of land that's actually kind of broken down. The lowlands and Netherlands on the coastal bits. It really is a sight to behold. And down below, I wonder what actual scenery is appearing. If it's the black marble, I hope it's black marble and not just loading in some like default FSX night lighting, because that would be a bit disappointing to say the least. If I quickly load into nearest tower, it's going to kill my sim's memory completely. But that was that an airport light though? Or was that a? I don't actually know. It's annoying that. Right, yeah, scenery's not going to load. Question is, do I sit here for long enough for it to load and cause more strain on the memory? Or do I just carry on flying and just leave it until landing? I think that will be the... Oh nope, scenery is starting to load now, so... I don't want to strain the memory. I really don't want to strain the memory. FSX in itself is a pain to run. And just to use that from memory when I've barely left the UK would be a bit damning for the rest of the flight. So I'll just go back to the cockpit and we'll look at the ground later. I just want the aircraft loaded up. None of the excess scenery. Yeah, I should probably install the sound mod I had for this simulator before. While the default PMDG sounds are alright, they're not something that's going to win an award anytime soon. Alright, so another Ryanair aircraft has landed at Stansted. I wonder if 121 ever found his way back into the airfield after he got lost in his own little journey up north. No, there was traffic to my left, just noticed down the PFD, but it was a little bit far away. Ooh, yeah, the sim's lagging a bit now. Something's loading, the sim does not like it. Raise this up, so nope, I can actually be quite happy to say that the scenery is loading up as it should do. That is the airport actually right directly below us. That is that stuck up? No. Yeah? Is it? Potentially. That is... Hang on, why am I using the active sky to check? Down below us, EHAM. Yes, so no. That is... We are directly flying over desktop Schiphol right now. That is just below. Let's go. Back to sim. And yet the road layout is now starting to appear as you'd expect. Rest in peace, Flight Simulator memory. But good to know that everything is still working as it should do. Now I'm just going to not touch anything now for the simulator for a good at least half an hour while it tries and figures out what it wants to do with the memory and just about everything else with it as well. Yeah, FPS is taking a little bit of a beating, but it's not terrible. We're still flying, in short. And you guys at night, especially from this view. Yeah, there we go, it's starting to pick up again now, so... Disaster averted! Although I'm not going to touch it just for a little bit longer until we get back to our full frames. I mean, once Schiphol's basically gone, then we can carry on. So now the Netherlands will be over Germany in about 10 minutes. And once over Germany, we'll be in for about a good hour or so until we now start our descent over Poland. And nighttime landing at Rzeszów should be quite good. I mean, again, using Drawyah design scenery, for me, they are probably one of the top scenery designers out there. I mean, UK 2000 is a close second, but some of his stuff can be quite old, outdated. It's not the nicest always to look at in some areas, but some of the airports are good. But for me, Drawyah Design are the top senior developers for the FSX and now X-Plane platform. I don't have any of their add-ons for X-Plane, must say that. But yeah, what they do develop is pretty fantastic. It really is something I've been using for a little while. So back in FS 2004, had their freeware versions for so long. Came to FSX, had their freewares for the start of it, and then actually got the opportunity to do a review on their products and got Polish Airports Volume 1, which means the main one, which was a beautiful, beautiful setup. It really is a fantastic bit of scenery, that, and one that I can't recommend enough for those who do fly a lot in Europe and Poland. I mean, you get 4 airports with it, so you can't complain. You get Rzeszów, you get Katowice, you get Gdańsk, and you get Lublin Świdnik. So you get 4 very nice airports, and those who fly Ryanair, or virtual Ryanair whatnots, are common airports for them, so also worth pointing that out. And they just really are fantastic. They look great, they feel great, nothing really compares. It's probably like a little bit of wind or something there, so the throttle has revved up a tiny bit, but nothing too major. We'll be alright. Fuel's not a concern for us today. With this flight, nothing's really a concern other than my ability to land the aircraft, which is always a bit 50-50, since for those who do know, my landings ain't always the softest in the world, to say the least, but as long as we get the aircraft down, we'll be alright. And in about, let's say, so in about an hour or so, I'll check out what the weather conditions in Rzeszów are like, and see how they are set to change as we do go across. I mean, I don't think weather conditions will be too poor for us. They should be alright. I'm expecting quite simple flights. See if the sim's gone. Yeah, sim's back to normal now. I see below some very amazing stuff here by Chris Bell, the ground's black marble effect. Okay, that's a bit odd, but no, the way like the roads kind of light up. I mean, this is below the real world layouts for the roads. So it uses OpenStreetMap data to like change all the roads in default FSX simulator to real world ones. I mean that even in the daytime, the road lighting layout has also been improved, which is a rather nice extra for it. And yeah, just really, it kind of makes the sim a bit more like the X-Plane kind of setup. So it gives you the 3D lighting effects around the world, it gives you the real world road layouts, and as a result sometimes the auto-gen kind of bends around it as well to kind of fit in, and the 3D bridges effects look good. It really is just a fantastic new way of flying in FSX. It's one that, while it can be a little expensive, one I do recommend for those who do plan to fly like long distance night journeys in this sim. Because yes, there are some die-hard FSX users. I know a lot of people move to P3D as well. I mean, most of the add-ons you see here are compatible with P3D version 4. The only add-on right now which does not have a V4 compatible extra is FS Passengers. And trust me, that is... it's annoying, it's annoying. I mean, okay, the main reason I transfer to P3D from FSX is due to cost. I did a calculation recently. It cost me something like 160, 170 quids to get all my add-ons converted across into P3D version 4. And that is money I'm just not willing to throw away for a platform that, let's be honest, is dying. But with X-Plane 11 starting to like really grow, that's why I'm happy to more like kind of leave FSX and the ESP platform as a whole, move more to X-Plane 11, which is why I'm doing my 50% here, 50% there kind of thing. P3D for me is just not a viable option, it really isn't. FSX add-ons are also generally a little bit cheaper than P3D, and for the most part, I've not had crashing issues with the sim. Yes, I've had it before during live streams and whatnot, when it just goes kaput and crashes on me. Yes, it does happen, but not every time. It's maybe like a 1 in 10 chance, 2 in 10 chance kind of thing. And as long as we get these flights done, then I'm not here to complain or anything. Because at the end of the day, I fly FSX because it's fun. That's the sole reason. I enjoy it, it's fun. Why complain, really? I mean, I've got some real-world flight experience now. Not much, so I haven't done the actual flight since the first one with Ben. Hopefully we'll do one soon. Hopefully I can get him going at Airsoft at some point as well, because it's been a little while. But yeah. There's a lot going on in the real world, and that stuff I'll keep an eye on shortly. Something's tied up around my chair. It actually is quite annoying. Something's like an old bag or something. Hang on. Not sure what's happened, but like, you know that old little drawstring bags you have? Once it wraps itself around the wheels of my chair, I'm not quite sure how it's done that or how I'm going to get it off. But if you hear any background noise, that's just me struggling to get it off the next couple of moments. I do apologise. While I was keeping on my flight and being on Unicom, no actual real comms I need to be aware of right now. So that should be alright on my end. There we go. That's got it unattached. Also might quickly open the blinds of my window as well, since there is now some actual daylight outside. I'm going to sit in a dark room for the entire flight. ETA is now set to 2021. 2021. Time right now is 19:04. It's about an hour and 15 minutes till landing. An hour and 15 minutes at this point, which should be alright. Aircraft to my right hand side. First officer, please. Don't know if I'll spot him or not. How far is he? I'll zoom out. About 20 nautical miles to my right. And descending. So, he's at 260, descending to my right. Yeah, he won't be visible to me. What even is he? He'll be a 747 version Antic. Probably flying from one of the Asian airports, maybe Beijing to... Actually, probably 747, that'd probably be more Hong Kong, wouldn't it? Or Japan, Tokyo. But now, I presume his destination will be Heathrow. If he's flying this direction. He'll be landing at Heathrow himself. Yeah, I'm quite tempted at some point to do like a deep clean of my room, because it's a bit tatty at the moment, so it would be nice to have a refresh at some point. I mean, yes, we remodeled it a couple of... about 2 months ago we did a complete remodelling of it, and yes, a bit messed up, haven't maintained it too well, so at some point I'm going to do a whole like bin bag up here, clear it up a bit, clear the desk, a bit more of a more cleaner looking. half time, 1-0, looking good. Can we win the league this season? Do Chelsea win the league? It's a tough one because Manchester City is looking good. They have actually been a bit weaker at the moment. They have slowed down a bit compared to last season, but they are still a top team. And in terms of Liverpool, they've actually been doing rather well themselves actually this season. They're actually quite scary. I think they're actually the team that scares me the most right now, which is a bit of a concern, but we're up there. We have the thing of winning the season first time with a new manager, and in their second season they start to suffer a bit, and they just sack them. That's how it works at Chelsea. You win your first season, you sack the second for losing. So, yeah, our team hierarchy is a bit of a mess sometimes, we'll be honest. Especially with the signings and whatnot of all the extra like backroom staff every single time we change. We have our upsides, we have our downsides, that are really the case of our club. At the moment, it's a bit of a high, we've kind of stabilised a bit. Morata's, by the looks of things, we're getting rid of him at Christmas, which is a bit of a shame because he was expensive, but he's not really done too well for us. I think we should just retire the number 15 shirt. The 15 shirt is a curse of our club. No player of 15 has ever performed. I mean, we've got Morata now. Torres did well against Barcelona, but other than that, he's not a player we were signing. He was not a player signing. After injuries, he kind of slowed down, lost his pace, and yeah, kind of like lost his way, I guess, which is a bit of a shame for him. But what can we do, really? And who was it before? I think it was Florent Malouda who had the 15 shirt before. I can't remember. Nicolas Nelk was number 13. I'm fairly sure it was Florent Malouda. And he was, again, not our best player in the world, but he had his moments. Right, so we're at flight level 370. So 3,700 on our PFD, although our true altitude is 37,502. And then due to the winds, we're just bobbing up and down a tiny bit, 1 feet at a time. Right, let me just try and keep an eye out for the 747 on our right hand side. We are now over Germany ourselves. Ah, maybe that's why we can't see him. Is he even a 74? Yeah, it's a version 74. Right, so I was mistaken where I was saying where I was going. Turns out he's actually flying away from us, not towards us. So yes, he's going to one of the Asian countries, probably Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure his stats later where he wanted to. But yeah, he's actually flying away from us at slightly lower altitude, 35,000, flight level 350. Heading ground speed 490. Our ground speed is 442. So he's also going slightly faster than us as well. And I've been flying for, streaming for about 1 hour and 9 minutes now. 1 hour 10 minutes coming up. And yeah, should be another in the air for at least another hour or so. I mean, the flight's scheduled at 2 hours 30 minutes. It's more like 1:45 when you get down to the gist of it. But again, that always varies, depends on the winds and whatnot. But yeah, 2 hours 30 is the scheduled flight time for this one. We've had 63% of the ball in the game so far. It's rather good, actually, I will say, for a Chelsea team that normally likes to defend. So, Sarri's... I was a bit sceptical about Sarri, I'll be honest, but no, he has proven himself. I do like him now. Yes, we had to create a smoking area just for him in the club changing room, but nah. Sarri, he has his times. He's a decent manager. But then again, we also said that about Conte, and look what happened to him in the second season, just collapsing on himself. So we have a long way to go. Yeah, I did turn my weather radar on, so 2.5. Has he slowed down the 7.4? I don't think he has done. 2.96. So he's actually speeding up a bit. So yeah, he is going to pull away. So while he will be visible to us on the display for a little while, he will eventually disappear in distance. Next waypoint I can see on my screen will be go backs. Go backs. We shall be reaching in. Let me adjust my display so I can see it properly on the right monitor. Go backs to reach in 27 minutes. There we go. Estimated time of arrival into Rzeszów is 1 hour, 36 minutes and 10 seconds. 1:36:10. Which means it really is actually going to be a 2-hour flight tonight. Yikes. Yeah, his planned arrival in Sim is 1:31, so in fact actually maybe a little bit late on the technicality there. Should be a bit of a shame, but that's what's happening, I guess. What happens on the Ryanair chat? Alright, so I was just posting out screenshots on there. Nah, we should be alright. Let go. I've got 3 different conflicting arrival times actually. Active Sky says 1:36. FS Passengers says 1:30. Smart Car says 1 hour 5. Got 3 different conflicting time arrivals with about 31 minutes apart. So we'll see what happens, see which one's the most accurate during landing. Cruising at pitch of 3 degrees at 415 knots, that's alright. Right, so if I quickly check out that sim quickly, check out the V-Pilot. Yeah, there's no Poland's comms on right now. A couple of actually German ones. What centres have we got? We've got Munich centre. We then have Munich approach and Berlin approach on right now. But again, only Munich centre's on, so we won't be contacting him later. Let's hope our return flights to Stansted will be a little more lively when it comes to Active Sky with constant maximum centres, because this one's a little bit more dead than I was hoping. Especially from the fact I'm recording on Saturday. I was expecting a few more online. In terms of nearby aircraft, we have the 747 version and an Icelandic 75 somewhere as well, as actually. He's actually just departed. He's come out of nowhere. What else are you at? No, you are cruising 352. You're crossing our paths at Larritz. So you are about 6 minutes and 10 seconds in front of me. Just over Stansted. Right, I'll keep an eye out for him ahead of me. And I can actually see on my display now, really. No, that's I can't. Oh yes, I can. Got the one that's 25 to my right, 120 right ahead of me. So he's 2,500 below me, he's 2,000 below me. And somewhere ahead of us will be the 75. Although he's going straight, and something we'll never cross paths with. There's actually another aircraft to my left as well, and this one's actually heading towards me. You are a 757-200 GPS, flight level 380. Ooh, this is going to be a close one. Because, yeah, you're heading right towards me, only about 500 feet above. It's going to be a very close passing. TCAS will alert me if he is close. But it sets TA only, so it won't actually give me the climb, descend, descend. But yeah, he is just ahead of me somewhere in that direction. Probably behind the window panel there. I'll just scoot along quickly. Scoots. The was it Scoots? No, Cobalt, sorry. It's one that closed down. Yeah, no visual just yet. So, I presume he's not too far away. That's odd, why can't I zoom out any more in the cockpit? It's limited or something. Ah no, probably due to the fact I've not set my widescreen window thing set up. It's fine, I can see it properly. Yeah, so he won't go directly past me. He's a couple meters just to my left. So I'm here, he's there. So he'll actually be about 90 degrees to me now, if I can keep an eye out for him. Nah, he's not going to be there. Oh well, I tried. I should stop going on to the external views too much now for the rest of the flights before I do run out of memory. Yeah, I can presume our passengers are nice and calm. I mean, I can presume I'm probably quite calm right now, actually, myself. I mean, don't forget, I'm in this aircraft in the real world right now. I'm sitting on seat 24F. And so, got a nice, relaxing flight. Probably reading a book right now. Probably reading, switching my bookshelf. Moving Papa Goes to Sea. Haven't finished that book yet, although I started a little while ago. The 747's just disappeared from my PFD as well. He is now gone. But yeah, Moving Papa Goes to Sea. Ever since I got back from Finland, I've been having a bit of a thing for Moomins, and so yeah. Oh boy, we're running out of memory, aren't we? We are running out of memory. The sim is... Ooh, has the scenery actually corrupted? That's water. Options, settings, yeah, something's died on us. Scenery library, I need to rebuild the scenery quickly. Now fix things up for us. FSX. Just rebuild the scenery quickly. Give that a second. Yeah, it's a long process, but the benefits of doing this is that it does actually dump the old memory, scenery memory that we don't actually need anymore. So, yes, it means you have to sacrifice one of the add-on, like, sceneries in the area. I've decided to disable Mega Airports Helsinki, since I'm not flying to Helsinki today. And so, basically, whenever I've finished that, well, I need to reset the scenery again. I'll just, like, reactivate it later, and then things will come back to normal. So, that would be nice and quick to load. And then we can resume our flight with normal scenery again and slightly less impact on the memory. It's the only way to do it, unfortunately. That will fly on P3D. But the ground, presumably better. So yeah, it's probably not a corruption. That's actually probably part of the ground. No, something actually is a mess. Something is a mess. Where am I flying right now? Active Sky, load that up. Locked to aircraft. We are flying over central Germany, isn't it? Yeah, central Germany. I mean, I know I've got... I hope things are a bit better when I do eventually reach Rzeszów. I'll fly from the cockpit from now on. That is quite concerning, to say the least. Yeah, I really do feel a simulator crash coming along, don't you? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I mean, I would set the scenery quickly to daytime to have a look at it in the day. My concern with that is that it just means I'll be loading all the daytime textures in, and as a result, the simulator probably will just crash the moment I load back in. Frame rate's dropping. What's my VAS level set to? Seriously, what's going on down there? Some villages are loaded up fine. Like that village there, perfect. The lights dotting and everything, no problem, but for some reason, some of that is a mess. VAS is set to negative 0.56. It's not actually too bad even, the simulator memory. It's not actually running as bad as it normally is. Got a C-30 Hercules in the area. I presume he's military. Yeah, he's to my right hand side at altitude 5. He's at 5 feet, okay, so he's actually on the ground still. Yeah, a bit of minor turbulence going on right now. Passengers are a little bit more fearful and seatbelts are come on. In fact, seatbelt sign hasn't even come on in its entirety, so a bit of turbulence to deal with, but nothing too major. Weather radar is clear. We can continue without any issues with the weather. United have scored. Is that Ashley Young? Martial scored. Great. Okay, 1-1, Chelsea United. Yeah, United are very pushy on the attack there. And I think they just found a gap for Martial just to blast it in. Yeah, they had like 3 or 4 attempts. 5th one then went in. That was 1 attempt, 2 attempts. 3 attempts into Martial, he got it on the 4th, yeah. They were going to score. They started to pick up the pace, but I think that was their biggest, like, push all game, so fair play to them. We've now got to start again, really. 1-1. Someone's down, okay. Yeah, someone's down. I can't see who that is on the ground. I presume if they were standing up, they would have taken a bit more action. Was that Marcus Alonso on the ground? I think it was. That's annoying because he's usually quite decent. But, he's had a bit of a quiet couple of weeks, I have to say. I see this. Yeah, scenery's kind of fixed itself. There's a few. No, it's not fixed itself at all. Top down, there we go. You know what? That looks fine. It's just some of it's a bit funny, some of it's fine. I really don't get the simulator sometimes. It just has a mind of its own. Anyways, we should be entering Poland shortly. That's how long till we enter Poland? If I could go back to Active Sky. Poland is in... when we get to Lassis, we'll be crossing the border in 16 minutes. 16 minutes, we shall be in Polish airspace. See what signs come off. Turbulence obviously has died down a bit. Yeah, I can presume that when I'm on my real world flights, I can be quite sure that the real world won't crash on me when I'm midway through cruise. Like the whole world goes to a massive blue screen error. I mean, real life crash could happen, but that's like a 1 in 11 million chance of happening, so it's not attempt to fate it, but I'm expected to get to Poland nice in one piece. Hey, I'm in a 737. I put too much trust in this aircraft sometimes. But I'm one of those people where you look at all the reviews and whatnot, and then I just never see any of them. Like, I've never had an issue with Ryanair. I've been flying with them for years, never had a problem, always on time. I've been on UK trains a lot, never had an issue with them, never cancelled, never delayed. Buses, sometimes late, but nothing too major. I've never had so many of these issues that you always get. There's probably like one person out there who has like a cancelled train every single time, a cancelled flight every time. Like, someone out there probably does, but for me, I've never had any of that. I never have. And so, I always find it a bit amusing sometimes to see all these bad reviews of pain, suffering and death that this airline apparently gives you at Ryanair. Never. Cheap flight tickets. I mean, Stockholm, £18 return. £18 return. I'm not complaining for that. For a whole country, like, yes, it's a weekend trip. I would have gone the whole week off work if I could, but I've taken a fair few weeks off work now, we'll be honest. So I think I'm going to let my holidays kind of like dwindle down a bit. But yeah, I've never had so many issues that you always hear from people. Aircraft to my left, apparently. 2,000 feet below. He is a... Let's get active sky. Flying away from us. An A320 EasyJet, although to my right hand side is a Lufthansa A320. Who I should be a little more concerned about since we will be crossing paths soon. Like, we go to desktop. There you go. See, so the EasyJet's to my left. He's clearing us, no problem. To my right's Lufthansa. He's at 226 though, actually, so he's way below me. That's fine then. No concerns. We'll carry on. Right, so our next waypoint will be Larsis. So yeah, we'll be over Poland in 7 minutes. 7 minutes 22 seconds. Then there's not too long to go now. So if I quickly show the desktop quickly here. So Polish borders are here. Like that. Pardon that little bit here, that's Russia. Last sis, here you go, 7 minutes 3 seconds. And then Rzeszów in 1 hour 44 seconds. So yeah, just about an hour to go now. Really not too far. Our top of descent is in 43 minutes. So get a chance to have fun with that later. Just realised, is my yeah, VNAV set. No need to, nah, they don't. Normally heading goes blank, I believe, but I could be wrong. Things will carry on. So, in terms of approach, I'm not quite sure what approach we'll go for just yet. Let's have a look at what the winds are like in Rzeszów. I think I'll go for a 2-7 approach today. 2-7. If I could go to plan step by step. Map. So on plan, sorry. There we go. Alright, step, 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 step. Zoom in a bit more to that. There's the airfields. Last waypoint is Maxam. Do we have a Maxam approach? No, there's actually no stars here as Rzeszów, so we'll execute that. Okay, next step. I mean, it's a little tight. I need to try and find another waypoint. I can just quickly insert into there quickly. If I go via, if I show navaids, nope, not navaids. I want not stations. Come on, I swear there used to be like a waypoints option on Active Sky, showed a different codes. Obviously not. If I fail to insert a point here, endpoint waypoint ID. Okay, option B. Turn on the waypoints option on that. So not waypoints. I want to know not airports data. Nope. That's terrain. Where's the option gone? There used to be one that pointed out like all the. I might have to use Navigraph or something quickly to look into that. But because that approach is a bit tight to my liking. Alright, what's it called? Sky Vector, is it? We have caps lock. Right, so we head into Sky Vector, find a waypoint into Rzeszów for 2-7. Zoom out, zoom into Rzeszów. EPRZ, SRA, Lublin, Świdnik, Rzeszów. Perfect. Now try and find a waypoint in the area. So weather station, I want layer, oops, not add. Reopen close tab. Go to LinkedIn ad, that's annoying. Weather station for Rzeszów. Right, what waypoints do you have in the area? It's another airport, Yarosław. Not what I want. World's low. At Keck, that would work. So if I were to add at Keck, K, input it there. No arrays, so then at Keck. Oops, didn't say that again. Not in database, I'm using out-of-date data. Okay, is there another one in the area then that hasn't changed in a lifetime? Could try RSOG. RSOG I think I still have. then RSOG. There we go. So go into RSOG, make a right hand turn, then it will be to the runway. Yeah, that'll do. It's not exactly a start, but it's an approach I can make into the airport without causing any issue. So go back to map, init ref, index, approach. So aircraft information using 30 flaps. That is our approach set up for Rzeszów. So that is something we'll be taking into action in about an hour. ETA is apparently 33 minutes according to smart cars. I can almost definitely be sure it's not going to be 33 minutes. I think Active Skies will be the most accurate one since this one's actually tracking my flights. Therefore it gives me a 51 minute 49 second approach. Passengers are hungry. You tell me that they haven't fed them. Oh. Food and drink. I've just realised that this is not automatic. Normally that's automatic. Why'd they make me sit there and wait? Okay, I'll make sure I change that in settings. Obviously, because again, my first flight in FS Passengers, I've not done this in a while. We're serving food quite late into the flight actually now. Hopefully not going to be too much of an issue. Seatbelt's automatic, but service is not. Yikes. What's that? R060. Actually don't know what that means. Approach ref. I mean, I'm by no means anyway close to trained to fly 737. His doesn't have it apparently, but yeah, okay, I've never seen that before. Never seen that before. We'll just assume that's normal and carry on. And so on ahead of me now, a Swissair A319. Probably coming in from the Scandinavian countries. Not sure which one though. Could even be Nordic if it's in Finland, coming from Helsinki, which is again always a potential. But not something I'm going to stress out too much over. On Active Sky open, there we go. FMC closed. Oh no. Martial scored again, it's 2-0. 2-1, sorry. 2-1 to United. Right, we'll bring these Gasshouse back in the game. Because this is not good to lose to Mourinho at home for the first time. And also not very good for our season plans as well. Can't start losing games early, especially not to the bigger sides like United. Shows what's to come the rest of the season. Was it not sorry, is that Rashford, sorry, scored? Martial created the assist. Right, I missed that. I missed the assist. Okay, so no, I think that was Rashford who scored. No, that much. Yeah, it was Martial. It was Rashford who assisted Martial. Yeah. Sorry, the replay just confusing me there for some reason. No, yeah, it's Martial scores 2 now. Oh well. Now we have to play 4 now. Get at least 1 more, go for the draw. 2 more gets us the win. There used to be a time where we could beat United 4-0 at home, scoring after 30 seconds. But not unfortunately the case this time. In fact, Pedro's not even played in a while for us. Oh, do we still have him? I hope we do. Yeah, he's not exactly played for a couple of weeks. Yeah, Juan Mata, former Chelsea star, former player of the season actually for us, 2 years in a row, but sadly gone to United. After a spat of Mourinho there at Chelsea, and now seems to be best friends here at United. It's a shame, we keep getting over our really good players. Top of descent is now in 25 minutes, landing about 42. £56 arrival on Active Sky, but that does not take Active Sky. Sorry, 55 in FS passengers, but Active Sky is not taking into account our approach. So 55 minutes does actually seem quite accurate for the time so far on FSP. Check the worldwide scenery quickly. The roads are still defined, I can see them. It's not a blurry mess, and the scenery, don't jinx it, Drawyah. It's still in one piece. It's looking good. It's looking good for you and your Ryanair. We've got a lot 737-400 in the airspace somewhere. He is below me on the ground. So actually, yeah, he's about to depart, is he, himself? Where put you at, my friend? Stratovica. Yeah, not too far to go now till we start coming to land. Descent will actually appear on my PFD in a couple of moments. If I quickly zoom out just 2 ticks. Back to our normal cruising of about 80 view on that. Come on, crew, serve food faster. I don't want you to have to cancel like halfway through serving, which would be very annoying. More annoying than the not feeding them, to be fair, actually. Yes, note to self, Drawyah, before you do the return flights in about a week, make sure the crew's doing this automatically. Thank you. There we go, we're getting rid of Murata. That's what you needed. Giroud on from Murata, perfect. Now we're scoring. Giroud, our super sub, don't forget. Who's that? I see the points disappeared. Sudol's now coming up. And after Sudol, our top of descent is about... Well, Sudol's in 6 minutes 50, 18 minutes 10, okay. It's about 12 minutes between Sudol and descent. We still have Sabab in front of us too, which is our next waypoint, highlighted in pink there. Food served, drinks 63%, making progress. Slow but sure progress. Come on, crew. You can do it. This gives me a chance to try out a new add-on as well, actually. What's it called? No, not FS Recorder. It's like a new version of Recorder. I've just forgotten the name of it though. So we go a bit up on documents. Let's go to not common. PC, C, program files, sim market. Although I didn't actually get this, the guy gave it to me for free. As I have to do a review on it. Flight control replay, there we go, flight control replay. I'm going to give that a go. Connected, it's fine. Let's try that across the screen. I'll talk about that more at the end of the sim. And basically the main reason to why I'm going to use it right now. Should be quite fun. If it works, it should be quite fun. Bit cloudy below, so don't expect to see too much of the ground. It still seems alive to me. Expect some traffic. Okay, no traffic at all. I know Poland can sometimes be quite busy airspace because Polish VAT seems generally quite high and simulators in Poland are very popular. So yeah, sometimes can be quite full, but in this case seems quite blank. The Polish airspace, which is alright. Yes, guy at Gdańsk right now. Who's that in front of me? A Ryanair 738 on the ground at Katowice. Sorry, Pirojowice, sorry. Ryanair aircraft taxiing right now, so he'll be taking off shortly. Right, top ascent is about 60 nautical miles ahead of me, so I will now input my landing frequencies. So it's 110.3, 110.3, heading 266. Heading 266. Right, so course set, frequency set. Flaps down to 30, setting our speed of 144 knots. That'll be our VRF. Okay. So that is now set up ready for landing. Serving food, 96%, yeah, so food serving's alright. We'll make it just in time for the top of descents. Maybe about 3 minutes for the last passengers to be served, before they have to throw it all away. The Ryanair below us, I believe, is now departing. Yes, he is. Airspeed is... what's he doing? Altitude 36, heading 27, ground speed 92. Yeah, so he's now thrusting up. He's just rotated and he's now on his way. He'll be directly below us in a couple of seconds. What altitude does this want us to be at for landing? Runway is 729, 187. Wants to be about 2000. So we'll plug that into the altitude indicator here. And once we start our descent, it's just a case of turning off and on again the VNAV. The aircraft will start its descent. So not too long to go now. Weight's perfect, got plenty of fuel, 1,600 both tanks. Passengers are fed and satisfied. Seatbelt sign will come on automatically, flight attendants will do that. We've just got to get the aircraft down, that's all we require. No contacts from ATC tonight. No traffic to Rzeszów. We'll be alright. Who are you? You're a Bombardier CRJ 700. SP029. You are a... It's not lot. SP... Who's SP? I genuinely don't know. It's a Polish company. It's not Eurolot because they shut down. It's just going to be a smaller... It's not going to be Lufthansa who do fly CRJs in Poland. I'm not quite sure who that's going to be. Six minutes added on, sheesh. I think definitely a bit of Fergie time here, despite the fact Fergie's not here. Right, top ascent is very soon now. We zoom in there. Active sky claims 2 minutes. I'm fairly certain that's more like 45 seconds really, since that's just going to come in quite quickly. Adding on, so active sky is doing a slightly different descent actually. Just doing active sky assumes you're sending it to constant 2,000 feet per minute. Although in the PMDG, so we'll have the bit more behind it in terms of actual approach references and terms of getting the aircraft down and whatnot. So yeah, top of descent, we'll get the master caution light, not master caution, sorry. Yes, sorry, it is master caution. Pop up, it'll just tell me to reset the VNAV. Right. Let's now descend. In fact, the aircraft's already doing it for us. Thank you very much. So, as we announced on VATSIM, descending flight level 2370, EPRZ, ETA. How many minutes? 18 minutes, but due to the approach, I'll say 20 minutes. Runway 27. Seatbelt sign comes on for top of descents. Oh, Crystal's having drinks. Oh no. We're descending. Be quick. 3% of passengers don't have their alcohol. Alcohol makes passengers joyful 1%. Fed passengers satisfied 4%. Satisfaction 100%, no turbulence. It's about as good as you're going to expect from a Ryanair flight, this. Go on, 98%, crew is serving drinks. 99, there we go, they should do it. If they cancel drinks now, I would actually be ashamed of myself. I'd actually go climb again, cruise for a bit longer, and then finish the drinks for coming into land. There we go, 100%, everyone's satisfied. It's just you don't get too long to actually enjoy your drinks before you have to get rid of it. Yep, scenery's alright. That's fine by me. Frames also picked up, looking good. Traffic still consists of the same CRJ and Boeing. Bit of time wasting going on now from the United players. Oh well. Yeah, we've got about a minute now, a minute and 10 seconds. We've got a free kick. Will we do anything with it? Nope. Right, we are now descending, so I should probably focus a little more on my aircraft at this point. There you go, we're now descending our destination. Crew announcements will finish that off. And? Ah! Yes! 95 minutes. Ross Barkley. Oh, thank goodness for that. I can breathe again. Mourinho looking at... Oh, Mourinho's fighting! Because he's not happy! He's punching someone! Yes, he's been dragged away by the stewards.
Because what? Because someone...
He's being held back right now. This is him.
Mourinho?
He's in the middle of all this.
Well, because too many extra minutes, maybe.
I don't know, but he's...
Can you go back? That would
I
be,
can't.
that would be all over everywhere.
There you go, he's in the middle of all that.
Are you being fucking serious?
That's Mourinho, there he is.
Are you Chelsea? No, that's...
It's Chelsea United.
He kissed someone.
No.
You know, he just kissed someone's head. Stop fight.
It was. He just went in to attack someone.
And then he kissed
Someone ran in front of him, and then he lost it. Now he's just there sitting there smiling like, I'm the winner, I'm the winner.
What?
Well, 2-2.
Good. Oh, we don't want him to win, do you?
Not really, no. Apologies for that. But yeah, that was a bit of a kick-off there. Right, now she focus on our approach now, so it's passing through 260, and we should be landing in a couple of minutes. I'm chuffed by that. I'll claim 2-2. I'll claim 2-2. Ooh, right, someone's gonna get sent to the stands here as well. Oh, the players are fighting now. Yeah, the FA is going to step in this one. Right, let's focus on landing now, shall we? The football's fun, but 189 people plus crew are at stake on this plane. Including myself, remember? 24F. One of the Chelsea technical staff ran into the United box. Fair enough. Yeah, so descending through 240 now. ETA 10 minutes. Although, given the actual approach and whatnot, it's been more like 15 minutes, 15-20. Either way, we shouldn't be too long now until the ground. If I zoom in actually on the PFD1 more, start zooming that in, the more we descend. You can see the actual approach for 09 there in the distance. Which usually actually wants us to go to this point. 221, 190, RSOG 06. Okay, it's a bit of a steep descent. Can I change that to maybe 140? And change Luxor to... it's a bit of a strange one, that. Let's go 130. Keep it kind of balanced. Destination path achievable. Okay, so it'd be 140 definitely. And looks like a bit of use of spoilers coming on here. Okay, final whistle, 2-2. Now put the game behind me. Zoom in on the active sky map quickly on the right hand side. Right, so yeah, now on Luxor. We then got one last waypoint on our actual flight path, which was Maxam. And then after Maxam, we'll be heading to our new waypoint of Arsog. And after that, we'll then just be down to landing. So what I now want to do is start this. Which actually no, close that. I realised we start as in actually no, should have automatically started administrator. Do it just in case quickly. Program sim market. Basically, like I said, flight control replay is essentially like the new spiritual successor to FS Recorder. Not made by the same guy, but meant to work in like the same kind of way. So we are now recording the flights, and that will get us a nice video when we do come into land. Though that we get to figure out later, like I said. For now I just need to actually get the aircraft down to the ground in the first place. That's my main role here. There we go. Airport will be to our left. Possibly visible, not 100% sure yet. Top down would be the easiest way to see it, to be fair. Yeah, you can see where the on this American Transition 18,000, we've still got a few more to go. Is that where the scenery changes a bit? I presume that's the airport, because I know the Polish Airports add-on, scenery does change. Question is actually, have I even installed Polish Airports Volume 1, 2 and 3? Even just 1. Right, Sim's going to do its thing. There we go. Common, FSX. I hope I have. Add-on scenery. Polish Airports Volume 1X. Yes, I have. Right, question is, has it been activated then? Options, settings, options. World Scenery Library. Rzeszów, EPRZ, yeah, it's active. That's fine then. So you're going to land in a nice airport, not just the default FSX one. looking good. We have we're now connected to the localizer. That is perfect. Weather at Rzeszów. Winds are 320 at 6 knots. That's headwinds. Visibility +10. Overcast at 3,300. Okay, so we will be just below the cloud layer at low altitude, but not by much. Dew point 9. Precipitation, no rain. Millibars, sorry, is 1013. Altimeter. Set that now quickly. Altimeter. Where is it? There we go. One zero one three. Get up a little bit. There we go. Passing through 14. Yeah, so the airport's to my left-hand side. Actually, when the cloud clear up there, we may get a chance to see it, since it is essentially directly below us. FSX, don't do this to me, please. There we go. I'm guessing this is something to do with SODE, Simultaneous Display Engine, where sometimes it just like lags out for a fraction of a second, rather than what you want it. Right, so the airport will be to our left in a moment. We'll be able to see it. And then it's just a case of getting the aircraft looping around and coming into land. Nice and simple. Landing, expecting it to be quickly. Winds are fairly headwinds, so not expecting any crosswinds or anything to come in the way of that. It's going to be at 5,800. It's quite a bit of a distant one, actually, I have to say. If I did that, give it a couple minutes, and then I'll actually cut off. So I can do a bit of a quicker turn into the airport. I mean, now that it's behind us, to our left, just a case of looping the aircraft around, coming into land at a low enough altitude. Which can easily be achieved thanks to flaps, don't forget, and a low airspeed, and then increase our descent rate a little more. Passing through 11,900. Yeah, SimWatch display engine's being a bit naff right now. And we'll see if it's possible to close it without killing the simulator. Yes, it is. Fingers crossed. That's sort of lagging issues. SOD, it's a decent add-on, but sometimes it can cause a minor issue. Yeah, frame rate's actually just picked up about 5-6 frames there, just by deactivating it. Yeah, for those that do have GSX V2, then you also can replace the jet bridges in that with SOD, to their own built-in ones, which is also quite a nice way of doing it. Let's get past 10,000 first, coming past 11 now. The airport itself is about 2,000, I think, elevation-wise. That's quite low altitude for Poland. Wait, turn now. Execute that. Descent rate will increase a slight bit. There we go. Perfect. Spoilers armed. Descending below 10,000. Landing lights armed. Start using the flaps. So it's flaps 30 I want for landing today. A little concerned by the altitude. We are quite high right now, but we can bring the aircraft down. That takes a bit more manually to the right hand side. One 135, descending at how many feet per minute? Heading select, move that. ,2,000 feet per minute descent. The aircraft's still fairly level. Yeah, that's much better. So what I'm going to do is bring the aircraft around on the end of the glide slope and then make a left turn once I'm a bit more aligned with the final approach. It means I get to fly a little bit, cover a bit more ground distance really. Makes the flights ever so slightly longer, and as a result gives me that ever crucial couple seconds just to get the aircraft down a little bit lower than it currently is. Make a left turn to 305. Right then, what I can now do is set the VOR localizer. Still a little high, so we'll carry on the left turn, get ourselves back onto the approach. Get ourselves more of an intercept at lower altitude. Heading to 55. Remember the cloud layer ends at 3300. So we'll be below the cloud and we'll have a clear visual of the airport before we do touchdown. Zoom in once more on that. Gear down. Make sure that sets the runway heading to 66. Not my best approach into Rzeszów ever, but so long the airport isn't ahead of us, we'll be alright. Single channel, right approach is now active. Perfect, aircraft's now in charge. So I now need to slow the aircraft down to about 144 knots. Then needs to use 2 more notches of flap. Runway is in sight. You got the motorway to our left, the newly constructed motorways in Poland, and then to our right will just be the darkness of the Polish countryside, because the main city Rzeszów is to our left. To our right hand side is just nothing really, so approach looking good. One more set of flaps. Landing flaps set, make sure auto braking is set. Announce on final runway 27 EPRZ. Cool, so now got our full landing clearance. And everything is now configured for touchdown. Oh, so does the actual free light effects actually go on top of the VFR scenery here? If it does, and that's beautifully done by GeForce Design and the Black Marble guys. Much better than I was expecting, to be fair. Alright, we'll go through 1000 and I'll deactivate autopilot. So the connection lost, that's fine. Autopilot disengage. A little bit better glide slope, I'll adjust for that now. Auto throttle deactivate. Come on. There's the runway. Kiss the ground. Reverse thrust active. A little bit of a longer landing than most would like here, but it's fine. Reverse thrust cuts. And there we go. It's now Now exit the runway. Ready for our taxi to gates. More taxi, going to do a clear up of the aircraft. So leave the runway. Flaps come up. And there we have it. Landing lights off, taxi lights on. We're right actually by the maintenance depots there, hangars there even, so no, that's actually about standard for this landing distance wise. Short taxi now to the gates. Lord landing report did not come up because of the FS passengers. Please be seated while we taxi to a halt, so that we get to enjoy it later. So on the APU while we taxi. Depressurize the aircraft, don't need the packs anymore. No packs those ones. If I go outside view, there we have it. Welcome to Rzeszów. I've just realised I've actually got a landing light on now, not a taxi lights. There we go. Taxi light on. That's better. Left turn here. And then park up at gates. I know the grounds actually at Rzeszów did change, so before you could just park up anywhere on the taxiway, but now you do need to actually follow the correct procedure in aircraft positioning here at the airport. So I'll go for the main one that we normally go to. Should be the second one on here. At the first turning point. This is the second one. Turn. Right, so then how it works is now that you don't go too close to the terminal. That means you require a pushback tug, but not too far away that people then have to walk too long. So for Ryanair, that's fine. Parking brakes set, engines off, power on the APU. Then lights on. And there we have it. London Stansted to Rzeszów, Jasionka. Again, this is the same flight I'd be doing in the real world. Step parking facility parking, because it's not 100% happy with our positioning, aka what they normally do in the real world, park up halfway along the taxiway. Fair enough, probably a little bit too far actually, even in Rzeszów terms, but no, that's about right for Ryanair. So then lower the air stairs. Ground connections set. Ground power don't need. Air conditioning. Actually, we'll need ground power for fueling later as well. Doors. Open the air stair. Open the front door when that's lowered. And passengers can then deboard the aircraft. Everything looks good from the overhead panel perspective. Yep, I am fairly satisfied with that one. And stairs down. Open the exit. Passengers will now start deboarding the aircraft. Oops, make sure my lights are also correct as well. That means taxi lights off and strobes position lights off. Logo lights stay on since it is night time. Right, so now I want to make sure is that VATSIM has acknowledged that I have landed. And if it has, it means I can then start showing off the new flight control replay. And basically, for those who don't know what it does, it kind of gives like a more of an X-Plane style recording platform for the simulator. as compared to the default one. So sim actually says I'm in flight right now, despite the fact I have this even detects I'm on the ground. I'm taxiing. Alright, okay, it detects it seconds before touchdown apparently, altitude 700 feet. 49, okay, in that case what I will do is if I disconnect from VATSIM, where is it? No, not that one, I want to disconnect, there we go. Quickly finalize the flight as well, finish, file pirep. Right, stop that as well. Recording stops, loads, it'll be the latest file, open. Alright, now if this works, I will be pleased to say the least. Aeroplane aircraft, right. I forgot to do the end of flight reports for this one. Okay, so I don't actually know what my landing rate was. Okay, VOIR, forgot about that. I should have done the end of flight reports. My fault entirely. I'll get you the landing from Virtual Ryanair's platform. Log in as 12406. Sim's just doing its scenery loading, as you can see. There you go. Acknowledge. Touchdown was 129. 129. It's not too bad. I'm not complaining. Yeah, the flight path was fairly standard. Average for this route is actually set to flaps not retractable pipe. Did I not retract a flap? I'm sure I did. Oh well. Yeah, average landing for this route is... I wish it gave me the averages after I've landed, but it's fine. Okay, 129 is the average. Mine was 129, so apparently no one's done this flight before. Despite the fact I know I have, and my brother has as well. Anyways, unpause. Actually, yeah, repause. Right, here's the UI. It's fairly standard, or fairly simple, but... let's change my position so that if all goes to plan... okay, it's frozen. Oh. Sim crashed. Oh well, it has its problems, but that was the basic bit that's all there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay then, yeah, so... in the real world, I'd now be in Poland. Flight Radar 24 showed the flight has landed as well. Again, the runway's made different, the approach made different. That's all up to whatever happens in the real world. But yeah, fairly nice landing. That's like I said, a bit longer than usual. Although I did recover it the reverse thrust quite early on, which is fine. And yes, that was our arrival. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe. And if you want to know updates on what I'm doing in Poland, follow me on the Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. All updates will be on there. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time while I go enjoy my week off.